Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Bob DiMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. So what do you suggest for someone with bone spurs and plantar fasciitis? And some people call it fasciitis, and there's all kinds of different names. It's inflammation on the bottom of the foot. So let me tell you what I've learned. This individual woke up with pain, went down onto their knees, and they're just not happy. I have noticed that some people can have foot pain or that plantar area pain with a bone spur, or I've seen people have bone spurs without any pain. So what's going on in most people's body, that whole fasciitis, is inflammation. And what we have found in our practice, that inflammation can be caused by lack of oil, omega-3 oil, lack of B6. We use a product called Bio-CMP from Biotics Research Corporation that we use for tendonitis and bursitis, any inflammation. So we use Bio-CMP. I actually take 3 every day because I have a prior injury to my shoulder. I also use an omega-3 1000, it's called omega 1000, but I take one of those every day. And so I really don't eat sugar. I don't really eat a lot of bread, maybe some pita bread periodically, but not necessarily a lot. So I don't have a body of inflammation. Anybody who has this chronic foot pain or usually have inflammation in their body. Next question. Lately, there are many people getting appendicitis and getting surgery. Now, I have seen that in the practice, and when I did more of a research on this, just to give you more of a logical answer, they don't really know what the appendix does. But this is what I have found. People who tend to have a very poor choice of foods, eat a lot of toxic food, they eat out at franchise restaurants, or maybe consume a lot of medication, even over-the-counter nutritional supplements that might not be compatible with them. The appendix, from my look, is almost like an incinerator. It takes everything that's just not happy in the body and it literally burns it up. So if you had your appendix out, it's possible you had a toxic lifestyle. I've also had people who've had their gallbladder out, and when they're in there, they take their appendix out. So go figure, I don't know why. Every part of the body is very important. So it's usually people who have a toxic lifestyle. Last question, very good question. Can you explain how the heart is impacted by food? I noticed your video with Jonathan Landsman, and I appreciate you watching me on the video with Jonathan. So heart valves, heart muscle need nutrients. When you consume, for example, sugar or wheat, that can take B vitamins and minerals out of the body. Well, your heart valves need nutrients to close. So I have a tool called the Heart Sound Recorder. It's an electronic stethoscope. We place it over the 4 valves and where they project in the heart and the chest area. And the sound creates a graph. And over time, those graphs have patterns depending on nutritional excess or deficiencies. So if somebody doesn't have enough B vitamins, their heart sound could be really wide. If someone has a lot of what I call chatter, or a lot of graph in their heart sounds, they might need minerals. Probably the most interesting is, and I've talked about this on various videos in the past, if your liver is compromised, that means it's congested, and as the blood flows up through the liver, it could be impaired. That means the blood flow can be impaired, and that shows up on the graph. When we do a heart sound recorder, it's a wider gap after that first heart sound. And one other area that's kind of interesting is that we have practice members both here in Ohio and in our office in Florida, that if their heart valve is not closing, where that blood flows back into the heart, we actually see an alteration in the graph that we're able to help improve by supplementing accordingly. So these are really good questions. If you know somebody that has a heart issue, I'd pass the information on. You can visit me in Naples, Florida year-round, or in Westlake, Ohio. I'm Dr. Bob DiMaria.